New England Roller Derby Report would like to thank their production sponsor, Sociopath. Sociopath is a skater-run business offering custom-sewn to order legwear for teams and individuals. Size-inclusive activewear designed to fit you. Sociopath also offers dozens of armband and helmet cover options for scrimmage and competition. Team discounts are available. Please see sociopath.ca for more details. Welcome back to La Classique Georgia W Tush. My name's Mr. Whistler. I am joined by my good friend Lightning Slim.
Hello, everyone.
This is the 9th game of the weekend. This will be a sanctioned game. We're going to be seeing the Gotham Girls Roller Derby All-Stars from New York City taking on the arch-rival All-Stars from arch-rival Roller Derby from St. Louis, Missouri.
Go Blues.
Go Blues indeed.
All right, we'll start off with the arch-rival roster. Starting with 1057, Shira Powers. 121, Smarty McFly. Number 14, Loki Doki. 15, Bolt Action. 1853, Vicious Van Gogh. Number 1900, Cloak and Dragger. 23, Thestral. Number 4, Jedi Nightingale. Number 48, Bricktator. 500 is Ace. 567, Splatter. 618, Cruella Belleville. Number 68, Swanson. 718, Lux Furious. And 810, K. Woodward. They are the arch-rival All-Stars. Mr. Whistler.
And the All-Stars of Gotham Girls Roller Derby, they will be wearing black for this game. 02, Pinky Swears. 111, Cherry Napalm. 1680, Daryl. 17, Fast and Loose. 1706, Miss T Maven. 1978 is Space Invader. 221, Yeti or Not, Here I Come. 23, Livy Smalls. 314, Caffeine. 365, The Smacktivist. Number 4, Violet Knockout. 41, Roxy Dallas, the captain. 4500, Benita Applebaum. 553, Beauty Andy Beast. And number 56, Kate Sarah. The bench being operated for Gotham by Tor, who is wearing the A, and Whiskey Lullaby.
And on the bench for arch rival, I should have mentioned this earlier, Code Adam and the Saint.
Code Adam doing his absolute best to try to mitigate the jammer shenanigans put on by VRDL yesterday. We'll see what kind of activity we get from Code Adam in today's game. Yesterday, Gotham taking on the New Jack City Rollers from Jacksonville. Gotham coming out with a 264-75 victory. Meanwhile, arch rival yesterday against VRDL. Arch rival running that game for the longest time, and we thought we saw a major upset in the offing. Came down to a VRDL victory, 132-115. Lots of tight action here, Slim, this weekend at La Classique Georgia W Tush.
Not to mention a beautiful weekend in downtown Montreal to boot. Nice and warm here in La Belle Provence.
Got about 15 seconds to go before we get this game underway. Having a look at the skaters lining up. First jammers of the game look to be Misty Maven for Gotham. Again, Gotham in black. Arch rival in white. They are sending Bricktator to the jammer line. Game underway. Misty Maven looking for the outside, taking a shoulder from Kay Woodward. Knocked down, dragged back through the ref lane. Bricktator, meanwhile, rounding turn 2, has one more to beat. Benita Applebaum, and picks up lead jammer for arch rival.
The level of speed and intensity in which the first few seconds of this game alone have begun as Bricktator comes around with an early call-off to finish the jam.
Yeah, nothing tentative about the way this game is starting. Both teams going out guns a-blazing.
Arch rival puts up the first 4 points.
Swanson and Kate Sarah with the jammer stars on the helmets at the jammer line. Arch rival lining up with 3 at the front. Gotham taking the rear wall. Kate Sarah looking for the inside line, running into Cloak and Dragger, unable to get around, trying to renegotiate through the inside.
We have penalties, beginning with a forearm.
Yeah, that's going to send Daryl to the Restaurant Gus penalty box. We've also got what looks like an insert from a knee pad left in the middle of the track being collected by an official. Swanson now dragged back to turn 1.
Skater has collected that piece of missing equipment.
Yeah, so
Swanson.
Livy Smalls doing that.
Swanson breaks through for lead.
And as Kate Sarasara also breaks through, Swanson with a quick call off. No points picked up on that jam. Skating officials for this game. Crew head referee is Theminus Killjoy, joined by Righteous Oxide, Carmen Dragon, Jean-Philippe Aman, Wonder Zebra, M Power, Matt Manch, and Shanksy. Misty Maven returning to the jammer line, facing off against number 14, Loki Doki for arch rival. Loki almost around Roxy Dallas and actually kind of moves towards Benita Applebaum and now is trapped, while Misty Maven coming around the inside, cuts a little bit through the inside apparently. Track cut, power jam, arch rival.
Yeah, Misty Maven was knocked down and sort of somersaulted through the inside of the track interior and then just stood up again and continued to skate. That's cutting.
Loki Doki looking for the inside line. The way is shut, being pushed over the outside, trying to get around Benita Applebaum, unable to do so. Gotham in strict defense right now. Arch rival not offering much in the way of offense here as they are awaiting the return of Misty Maven to the track. Loki Doki does get through though, picks up lead. Misty Maven still has to complete that initial scoring pass.
The arch rival managed to elasticize that pack, stretch it out, and get Loki Doki free. This is the third lead in a row for arch rival.
Loki Doki looking for the inside line. Goes the little sideways action, getting through, putting up 4 points on that pass. Misty Maven completing the star stash. About half a lap back. Pack setting up at turn 4.
About 30 seconds remaining in the jam. Both jammers into the pack again, and we have a call-off.
Looking for final points. The officials conferring. 3-point pickup there for Loki Doki on that pass, going 7 on the jam. That'll take arch rival to 11. 4 points awarded to Misty Maven. So first 4 points of the game for Gotham. 25.5 minutes to go. It's an 11-point lead for the team from St. Louis.
On the jammer line, Space Invader and Jedi Nightingale for their respective teams. And arch rival maintaining their lead streak with Jedi Nightingale out in front.
Space with that inside-outside lateral movement, trying to get through on this initial pass. Shut down currently at turn 3. Kay Woodward locking things down, the anchor on this tripod. Jedi Nightingale, meanwhile, inside-outside, caffeined with the drawback. Darrell also with the knockdown. Space Invader completing the initial pass.
Bolt action, pivot of arch rival receiving a forearm penalty.
Yeah, 4-point pickup for arch rival. A steal of 2 by Gotham. Both teams trading steals here in the early going. 15-6, 24.5 to go in the opening half. Seeing Kate Sarasara on the jammer line for Gotham. And it looks like Brick Tater, number 48 with the jammer star for arch rival. Kate Sarasara looking for the outside. Goes right into the back of that wedge. Vicious Van Gogh.
We're all still in the squeeze in the starting area. Yeah.
Spin around move there by Kate, picking up lead for Gotham.
This is Gotham's first lead of the contest thus far.
Kate Sarasara putting up points. Rick Tater still stuck in the start box, almost through the Smacktivist, running containment along with Roxy Dallas and Benita Applebaum. Tandem effort from Gotham on the blocking. A 3-point pass. There was a no pass in there for Kate Sarasara on that pass.
Bricktator was absolutely flattened in turn number 1, has since removed the star and is in thick against the defenders of Gotham. And Kate Sarasara continues to pile up the points, now in double-digit territory.
An emphatic call-off from Kate Sarasara with another 4. Big 15-0 jam for Gotham. They have taken their first lead of the game. They are up by 6, 21-15, 23 minutes left in the half.
With the speed at which this game has begun, I wonder if we're going to see momentum swings like this throughout, Mr. Wessler.
Some of these momentum swings have the potential to be big swings as that pendulum starts to pick up the pace. Beauty and the Beast on the jammer line for the first time in this game for Gotham. Facing off against Swanson, number 68 for arch rival.
Both jammers in the thick of things. Beauty and the Beast being held back almost in the start area. Swanson has made it as far as turn 1.
Reinforcements for both teams coming from the Restaurant Gus penalty box. Benita Applebaum returning and joining in the defensive formation between turns 1 and 2, where it's turned into just hard sledding for both jammers.
Arch rival penalty to Cloak and Drag her. Our Cloak and Dragger will be joined by Bolt Action, 2 blockers in the box.
Beauty and the Beast pushing, gets through as the first and the lead jammer.
Swanson still in the pack, in the back straightaway as Beauty and the Beast comes in on a scoring pass.
Yeah, so a swing and a miss there from Shira Powers, almost knocking Beauty and the Beast into the infield, but not quite. Beast coming in for more, stuck at the back. It's a nice on-track communication for Gotham. Fast and loose coming up, a little tap on the hips there for Beauty and the Beast. Like, I gotcha, I'm taking that inside. Didn't quite pay off in this case.
Swanson tried a full-speed star pass there, but was overrun by her pivot. Now everything's packed up again in that back straightaway.
Yeah, all 4 on the floor of both sides. Not a lot of room to maneuver. Star pass now successful for arch rival. Bolt Action donning the star. So an 8-0 jam in favor of Gotham. 29-15 after the first 9.5 minutes of this game.
So we began things with a 4-lead run by arch rival, but Gotham has taken the last 2. Misty Maven and Loki Doki, jammers of the moment.
Loki Doki getting taken out and dragged back at the same time. That's going to spread the pack apart. Misty Maven picking up lead for Gotham. Gotham on a bit of a tear right now. 3 consecutive lead jammer pickups.
Misty Maven comes out on a scoring pass. That is 4.
Loki Doki dragged back by Caffeine and Violet Knockout, who are now setting up with the Smacktivists as the scoring continues for Misty Maven. Loki Doki using a forearm in an illegal fashion.
And Loki Doki will join Vicious Van Gogo and Ace in the Restaurant Gus penalty box. The penalty bus full on the arch rival side and seems to be going to remain so, as Lux Furious has also been assessed a penalty.
Yeah, it's waiting list only right now at Restaurant Gus. Misty Maven already in double digits on this jam, courtesy of 3 complete scoring trips, going for number 4 and puts a skate down just over the line on the infield. There's going to be some points held in reserve for Misty Maven, but power jam now for arch rival.
Loki Doki has returned inside the pack. Misty Maven has received a penalty in 2 jams. Vicious Van Gogh returning to the Restaurant Gus penalty box, blocking to the back. Smacktivist also in the box. Tremendous number of penalties occurring in this single jam alone.
Yeah, creating a paperwork nightmare. Seeing the points come in that Misty Maven was holding on to. There were 3, so 15-0 jam for Gotham. 44-15 is the score. And we're going to have a team timeout called by arch rival.
Gotham has been on a 38-0 points run. 18:32 where the clock is frozen. And that team timeout called by arch rival for reasons, as we just mentioned, that they've been outscored 38-0.
Speaking of paperwork, opportunity to tell you who the non-skating officials are for this game.
That's right, Mr. Whistler. We have Aggie Battery, Matante, Berthert, Taboma, Bad Wolf, Archer, Derriere, Chucky D, Tara D Nightmare, and Tim Refuse.
In this game, Tim Refuse may see Little Thor meeting Big Thor. Tim Refuse is an NSO from Southern Ontario who, when he travels for Derby, brings a Little Thor figurine with him on all of his Derby adventures and chronicles these adventures in such fashion.
We have some separation between blockers and jammer as we begin this next jam with Space Invader. Facing Space Invader, it is Bricktator.
Both teams really good at closing openings as they develop. The strong 3-wall again, anchored by Kay Woodward. It comes apart though. A splatter hits the deck, and Space Invader sprung for lead jammer pickup. Half lap advantage on Bricktator, who has also evaded the pack.
Bricktator was being absolutely crushed by Livy Smalls, and Bonita Applebaum managed to break free, but not able to engage the pack before Space Invader calls that one off.
Settles for a 2-point pickup, 46-15 the score. 17.5 left in the half. Seeing Kate Sarah lining up on the line. Officials, though, are going to call a timeout.
And arch rival did call a timeout to kind of calm things down there in that previous jam, but still scoreless in 4, the arch rival All-Stars.
Shorts or something, please return that black kilt to the officiating table. We are looking for a black kilt.
Some discussion between the officials happening.
Also like to thank some of the regular season sponsors for Montreal Roller Derby. We have Bose.
Setting up to be a 4-on-4 pack. Gotham all gathered in front of the jammer line. And Kate Sarasara and, I believe, Loki Doki waiting for whistles on the jammer line. We're going to get underway. No changes to score, no changes to who's on the track.
Everybody is on the track. The Restaurant Gus penalty box at the moment empty. And Kate Sarasara and Swanson are released. The empty penalty box is short-lived as penalties have already been assessed. One Gotham blocker in the box and Swanson gains lead.
Now, arch rival's been waiting to get back in the lead game, and they've done so here. Looking to take advantage of a couple of down Gotham skaters. Been a quick call off there from Swanson, only able to pick up 3 on that pass.
3 points, still a change in momentum for arch rival. First lead in 5.
So the score showing
And just under 17 minutes remaining in the first period of play. Gotham 46, arch rival 18.
So this time we do indeed have Loki Doki, number 14 on the jammer line for arch rival, facing Misty Maven.
One blocker remaining in the box on the Gotham side.
Loki Doki challenging Caffeine head on. Now trying to get around fast and loose, does so. 2 leads in a row here for arch rival.
Gotham captain Roxy Dallas has returned from the penalty box, getting things organized, anticipating the return of Loki Doki. Fast and loose, trips up Loki Doki, receives that low blocking penalty.
Now Loki Doki with points, a full complement from that scoring trip of 4. Comes through the inside, a little backwards maneuver to get around Livy Smalls.
Really nice footwork there, yes. Loki Doki has pulled the power-up lever in this jam.
Four complete scoring trips already. Loki Doki going back for more. Misty Maven still has not completed an initial pass, has star in hand.
This will be the highest scoring jam of the game thus far.
Loki Doki already has some points on this pass. I'll have to see how many actually were earned. Phenomenal job, though, right now by arch rival, going almost a full 2 minutes, and at the very end of this jam, forcing a forearm call from Misty Maven. Huge jam for arch rival.
And Misty Maven, uncharacteristically, 4 jams in the contest, and 3 of them have resulted in a Misty Maven penalty. This is not good news for Gotham as arch rival goes on a 16-0 tear.
Gotham calling a team timeout in response to this development. There's a point correction,
Correct,
Slim.
yeah, correction. No, I thought it was 16 when it was the highest scoring jam, and now 4 more. That 20, and now these teams so close together. Gotham at 46 and arch rival 38, and 14 and a half minutes remaining in the first period.
And this should be nearly a full 30-second start advantage here for arch rival, as that penalty call against Misty Maven, that forearm, only came in with about 5 seconds to go. So at least 25 seconds, probably closer to 30 in the Restaurant Gus penalty box from Misty Maven. Bricktator awaiting the next jam. As this team timeout comes to an end. It's a packed house here in Arena St. Louis. Cheering sections for both teams in full effect.
And after Loki Doki did such heavy lifting for arch rival, it will be Bricktator to begin this power start.
Officials now extending the stoppage, though, taking a timeout of their own as they're in conference in the center of the infield. A Classique Georgia W Tush is, of course, a WFTDA-recognized tournament which recognizes and supports high-quality WFTDA member-hosted tournaments worldwide. On the schedule for this season so far, there's only 2 more coming up, both next weekend. Hometown Throwdown hosted by Rose City in Portland, Oregon, and ECDX in Feasterville, hosted by Philly Roller Derby. Both of those recognized tournaments going up next weekend.
5-second warning is given. 14:44 where the clock will start. Misty Maven starting in the box. Bricktator into the thick of things.
Yeah, Bricktator taking a shot from Roxy Dallas there in the pack. Gotham not giving any space to Bricktator. Looking to kill this power penalty.
Brictator does find space on the inside.
Well, tit for tat from Violet Knockout against Kay Woodward. And a track cut call made against Brictator. This will now be a power jam for Misty Maven, who has re-entered the play.
5 jammer penalties so far in the contest. And Brictator, yeah, just got a little bit of a nudge as she was attempting the apex hop, so the referees determined didn't quite land with all the wheels where they should be. Meanwhile, Misty Maven has completed a scoring pass.
Bolt action trapped at the back by this triangle of Gotham blockers. Like to see if Misty Maven can break the pack apart. Misty Maven knocked to the inside, re-entering behind Vicious Van Gogh. Brictator has re-entered, splits apart the triangle.
Yeah, Brictator went shoulder to shoulder with Roxy Dallas. You could see both of their bodies shaking as the impact occurred.
Yeah, Violet Knockout getting sent to the Restaurant Gus penalty box for a forearm penalty. Both jammers scoring now.
Brictator in open space, and there's the apex jump again, but a nudge by Bonita Applebaum will send Brictator back rearward of the pack.
Would you say that Gotham is anticipating the apex hops from Brictator?
Yeah, I think they know Brictator's number pretty well by now. This contest has been nothing but physical thus far, though, and even though these teams seem to have done their scouting reports on each other quite well, that is not stopping these jammers from taking the high-risk maneuvers.
So 8-7, the jam is scored in favor of Gotham. They lead 54-45. It's palindrome time here. 12-16. Clock stopped by the officials, who are going to take an official timeout.
Coaching staff from both teams in the center of the oval. I think just taking a few moments to discuss some on-track events with the officials.
There are many events happening on this track right now.
If you're just joining us, if you've come across us here, please know that you can find everything you need to know about roller derby and how it is played at WFTDA.com. That's the Women's Flat Track Derby Association.
See somebody on the comments section on the feed. Thank you for tuning in, by the way, asking who A10 on Arch Rival is. That is Kay Woodward, sometimes K-Woo for short.
Yes, Woodward, a proud citizen of St. Louis, wearing a Blues jersey during warm-up in honor of their Stanley Cup championship.
Coincidentally, I believe it was the 25th anniversary of the New York Rangers winning the Stanley Cup. So, hey, Gotham. Yeah, I'm saying that as a full-on New York Rangers fan myself, so I'm just putting that out there.
I knew you didn't pull that out of nowhere,
yeah.
Mr. Whistler. I'm a Leafs fan. I got nothing.
Coming up after this match, we have some awesome junior roller derby action. Who is looking forward to seeing the juniors?
And now we have all officials conferring.
Yeah, the more you bring into the middle, the more likely it is that there's something serious going on, open for conversation.
Well, the game has been so fast and so physical, I wonder if they're resetting some of their priorities and the parameters with which they're going to call the game.
Could be, could also be discussion of something that's happened recently that could potentially be upgraded. All mere speculation. I don't have any ideas what they could want to talk about. We will find out possibly if there's something to find out.
As always, more information as it becomes available.
All the volunteers here, get some love for the volunteers as well.
And clock stopped at 12:16 to go. And this is an official timeout. In terms of stoppages, each team still holds 2 team timeouts available. And each team owns their official review. Neither team has attempted to use one yet.
On the jammer line right now, when we come out of this stoppage, will be Swanson and Beauty and the Beast for their respective teams. If you're just joining us, arch rival in the white, Gotham in the black.
Yeah, Beauty and the Beast not in the rotation at the beginning of the game, as Gotham was going on-off with Misty Maven to start, but working Beauty and the Beast into the rotation a little more heavily as the half goes on.
Beauty and the Beast was playing yesterday, did receive a minor ankle injury that took her off the track. That ankle now taped up. Beauty and the Beast seems good to go.
Now we're seeing Themnis Killjoy, who is the crew head for this officiating crew, having conversation with the A's for the respective teams.
Coaches Tor and Code Adam receiving the news.
See a request in the comments also to call more timeouts. We will do what we can, Derby fans and friends, but we make no promises.
All the stops that can be stopped. Never stop stopping.
Stop. So no changes to the personnel in the penalty box. No changes on the scoreboard. So it's going to remain a secret. We're back underway.
Swanson, Beauty and the Beast, jammers of the moment.
Beauty and the Beast going shoulder to shoulder with Cloak and Dragger. Cloak and Dragger now joined by Kay Woodward. Beauty and the Beast threads the needle. Cloak and Dragger committed a forearm penalty, and that allowed Beauty and the Beast to get through.
Gotham now working on their first lead in 4 jams. Beauty and the Beast doing the honors, but is being held at the back of the pack. Cutting the track now, the penalty to Beauty and the Beast as Beauty and the Beast was pushed into the infield and stood up a little too soon. Swanson now has an opportunity here for arch rival on the power jam.
Yeah, I think it was one of those cases of realizing that the initiator also went out of bounds, but not keeping track of who may have been passed in the stand-up. So 2-minute jam here. Swanson had just completed the initial on a star stash, now collecting points. Swanson with the ability to heat up. Doing so here now is drawn back to turn 3 by Violet Knockout.
Beauty and the Beast has returned from the penalty area and is in tough against multiple defenders, including Woodward from arch rival.
Beauty and the Beast sent back to the penalty box. Another track cut. 2 on 1 jam for Beauty and the Beast. Single digits left on the jam clock. That means it's going to be a power start coming up for arch rival. Swanson letting the clock run down on that jam. 8-point pickup. There were 3 in the hat for Beauty and the Beast. So it's a 4-point game, Slim. 57-53 for Gotham with 10 minutes to go.
And that is, 20 minutes of play under our belts, but that is 5 jammer penalties for Gotham. I mean, on the arch rival side, 2 jammer penalties also. Both of these teams are going to have to tighten things up if they want to keep their jammer rotation the way they like it. Loki Doki, who had a monster jam, coming back to the jammer line now.
Well, yesterday in the game against VRDL, arch rival managed to go until the final 5 jams of the game before committing any jammer penalties.
Loki Doki sent all the way back before turn number 1. Beauty and the Beast has returned from the Restaurant Gus penalty box. Still no lead yet declared.
Smarty McFly in the thick of things. Seeing Vestral getting peeled off by the Smacktivist. Smacktivist now sent to Restaurant Gus penalty box. Loki Doki around the outside, picking up lead for Gotham. Sorry, for arch rival. I got so excited, Slim, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore.
Loki Doki now on the scoring pass. Beauty and the Beast being held by 3 blockers from arch rival.
Just an absolute knot in the straightaway right now. Beauty and the Beast stuck behind Smarty. Hat comes off. Smacktivist, no stranger to jamming, of course. They are wearing the pivot stripe at the moment. Did receive at least 1 star pass yesterday for Gotham.
Yeah, Beauty and the Beast and Smacktivist were in the same pack for a moment. The handoff, wasn't sure if it was being faked, but Beauty and the Beast still maintains that star at the moment. Loki Doki. Everything is slowed down here in turn number 3, and we do get a call off.
That was a 2-minute jam with a single completed scoring trip of a 4-pointer by arch rival, and that is going to tie the game at 57. 7.5 left in the half.
How do you like that, Citizens of Planet Roller Derby? This is a fun one.
57 to 57. Heading into jam number 14 on the line.
Kate Sarasara, Jedi Nightingale, number 4, wearing the star for arch rival. Jedi Nightingale being used lightly in the jammer rotation for the arch rival All-Stars. Splatter was coming in a bit like a wrecking ball on there, unable to break apart the tripod of Gotham blockers. Kate Sarah emerges first, picks up lead for Gotham. Jedi Nightingale, star in hand, now in the hands of Splatter, number 567, the new jammer of record for arch rival.
Attempted apex jump by Kate Sarah. That was anticipated by arch rival. And a cutting the track penalty will send Kate Sarah to the Restaurant Gus penalty box. Power jam arch rival.
Splatter having to re-enter. Completes the scoring trip. We have a tenuous lead change. Arch rival now out in front. Bench telling Splatter, take it slow, take it nice. Trying to make sure that they don't give up a power jam of their own. Kay Woodward going in hard there on Darryl, just winging. Head fake from Kate Sarah coming out of the box. And Splatter cutting the track on the outside. Power jam for Gotham.
Kate Sarah has arrived back from the penalty box just in time to take advantage of this power jam, although there are only about 15 seconds remaining in the jam.
Now Kate Sarah is going to have at least some points here on the pass. Calling for some offensive assistance. Starting to get it. Kay Woodward taking down Kate Sarah at the end of the jam, getting called on a low block, asking to get a little more clarification on the call. Both teams picking up 8. The score remains tied at 65. Holy cats.
Yeah.
Sam, if I wasn't currently watching this game, I would want you to send me a text and say, hey, Wenser, you should be watching this game.
I think I would send that text and hope you would do the same. We begin again, this time with Space Invader gaining lead for Gotham. Splatter began the first few seconds of the jam in the box, but is now back on the track.
Star is off for Splatter. Note that the pivot for arch rival is number 14, Loki Doki, who receives the star. Space Invader, though, taking advantage of some open spaces on the track, puts up another 4-point trip. So an 8-0 jam by Gotham, trying to slow the arch rival momentum. 73-65, less than 4 left in the opening half.
One blocker in the box for each team, Bonita Applebaum and Vicious Van Gogo.
Are you liking the roller derby, Montreal? Out on the line, number 1706, Misty Maven, going up against number 48, Bricktator.
Misty Maven and Bricktator, jammers of the right now.
Bricktator absorbing a hit from Livy Smalls. Lives to tell the tale and is the lead jammer. Already coming in for points. Super agile movement here. Coming around the back. Has one more to beat, who is Livy Smalls. And that's a 4-point pass. Looking for instruction and guidance. And calls the jam.
Bricktator skating backwards, fully inverted, looking at the bench and at her opponents as she sized up the situation and called off that jam at just the right moment.
Yeah, and looking at the clock too. Bricktator, one of those skaters, always aware of exactly how much time is left. 4-point lead for Gotham, 73-69. 2:40 left in the opening half.
Swanson and Kate Sarah are into it now. Everyone is back on the track, although not for long, as a multiplayer blocking penalty has already been assessed.
Smacktivist, the recipient of that penalty.
No lead yet declared. We're almost 30 seconds into the jam.
Skaters are so tight that as penalties are being assessed, it's becoming more and more difficult for the officials to determine the numbers that need to be called out. They are so tightly together.
Kate Sarah took a tumble but did gain lead designation. Swanson sent back and recycled.
Kate Sarah around the outside. There's a 4-point pickup. Swanson trying to swivel, not quite getting around. Nina Applebaum going shoulder to shoulder with Lux Furious, trying to break apart the 3-wall for arch rival. Coordinated drag back, though, from the arch rival All-Stars on Kate Sarah. Is able to put up another 4-pointer. So it's an 8-0 jam, 81-69. Minute to go in the opening half.
Some really calculated plays from both of these teams. Kate Sarah, as you said, with that concerted drawback from that full wall of arch rival blockers, and Kate Sarah said, nope, enough of that.
4-3 pack advantage for Gotham. Oh, officials taking a timeout as the jam was about to get underway. So
hold your horses.
Be a do-over here.
47 seconds where the clock is frozen. Gotham Girls All-Stars, a score of 81. Arch rival All-Stars 69.
It's a late direction of gameplay penalty being assessed to Violet Knockout for the previous jam. So she's now seated in the Restaurant Gus penalty box. So it'll be a 3-3 pack.
Beauty Andy Beast faces Loki Doki. Loki Doki spins, comes around, gains lead. Loki Doki has found something in Montreal that she likes very, very much.
Yeah, it might be some poutine cheese curd on the toe stop, just keeping her from going over the line. Right now, already with 3, going to pick up number 4. There it is, a 4-point pickup for Loki Doki. Gotham quickly resetting, run some offensive help for Beauty Andy Beast. But now Loki Doki approaching up the inside line, closing the door on the apex jump attempt.
Beauty Andy Beast pushed to the outside. That's Cloak and Dragger doing the work. Thestral will bridge.
We're just on jam time now. A minute of that to go. Period clock has expired otherwise. Cloak and Dragger doing the dragging. He's beating the beast, taken back almost to turn one, but able to recover, complete the four. Now, sorry, that was not even the scoring trip. That was the initial pass. Loki Doki calling from the ref lane.
Really nifty footwork from Beauty and the Beast to get around the pack and get out for that initial pass, but alas, unable to engage with the pack before the call-off. Takes us into intermission with an additional, 7 points put on to Arch Rival. Arch Rival now at a score of 76, Gotham at 81.
Yeah, we only have a 5-point difference between these two teams, exactly what I was expecting. New England Roller Derby reports would like to thank their production sponsors, Sociopath. Sociopath is a skater-run business offering custom sewn-to-order legwear for teams and individuals. Size-inclusive activewear designed to fit you. Sociopath also offers dozens of armband and helmet cover options for scrimmage and competition. Team discounts are available. Please see sociopath.ca for more details.
We'll be back in a few.
Welcome back to La Classique Georgia W Tush. Game 9 between the Gotham Girls All-Stars and Arch Rivals All-Stars. I'm Mr. Whistler.
I'm Lightning Slim, and when last we left things, Gotham was at a score of 81 and Arch Rival close behind at 76. Each team has 2 stoppages, or rather 2 timeouts. They both have their official review for the second half, and penalty totals in that first half. Gotham, 21 penalties, Arch Rival, 25, but the real difference was in the jammer penalties. Gotham at 6 jammer penalties, Arch Rival at 3.
So if you are just joining us, you better build a time machine and go back and watch from the beginning. These games will be archived. Our friends from Nerd Derby running things here this weekend, doing a phenomenal job with this feed. Thank you, everybody, your patience, finding us on the correct platform. Working with the infrastructure challenges that exist doing a phenomenal job, though, and not breaking a sweat. So 5 points separating these two teams coming out of halftime. I think we were expecting this to be a good game.
Yes, fair to say.
I don't know, we were expecting this to be quite as thrilling as it is. It's definitely worth the price of admission, I'll tell you that.
You bet. I am all for it. It will be Misty Maven and Brick Tater, pretty sensible choices on the jammer line for each team.
Yeah, tend to be the go-to leadoff jammers for both teams.
Although Misty Maven had some penalty problems in the first half. We'll see if some chill-out time in the locker room has maybe changed things for Gotham and their penalty issues. But they do maintain the lead.
The Restaurant Gus penalty box is currently empty, so both teams starting the half. All available positions filled on the track. The Apex noting in the comments section that Loki Doki is having an all-caps game, and I do have to agree with that assessment. I find it 100% accurate. Second half underway. Misty Maven and Brick Tater with the Jammer Stars. Brick Tater trying to take the outside line. Now both Jammers move to the inside. Misty Maven dragged back a little bit, and Misty Maven committing a forearm penalty right off the start. Power jam here in the early going for Brick Tater.
Brick Tater did receive a bunch of hits, got pushed both inside and outside, but Brick Tater, rock steady, manages to pick up that lead with Misty in the box.
A lot of Dr. Seuss starts here, or Berenstein Bear suits rather, starts inside, outside, upside down for everybody. Yeah, let's just pretend I didn't say that, Slim.
No, never letting you forget. Brick Tater now in a scoring pass.
Brick Tater's going to call it, taking the three, going unable to freeze Misty Maven in the box, who was able to leave the box to get a clarification from the officials now on what that penalty was and why it was a penalty. But a 3-point pickup for arch rival. It's now a 2-point game, 81-79. 81 and 79 add up to 160, and we all know what that's divisible by, Slim. 16.
Yes. Make sure you get that in there. Kate Sarah and Swanson Jammers of the right now. Both of them battling for that lead position, none yet declared.
Bolt action, Kay Woodward at the front with Cloak and Dragger. However, Kate Sarah gets through, picking up lead.
A little nod of self-acknowledgement from Kate Sarah on the way through. Yeah, I did that. Woodward trying to close things down along with Cloak and Drag against Kate Sarah on the scoring pass.
Kate Sarah with tremendous vertical ability, able to hop over mislaid legs and skates that could be lying in the weight. Now being dragged through the infield. Thestral, the one to re-enter behind, does so. Swanson, star in hand, trying to negotiate the initial pass. Taken down in a heap with Fast and Loose and Livy Smalls.
Yeah, Livy Smalls was directing traffic on that play and keeping an eye on Swanson throughout.
Illegal contact coming in.
Bolt action, receiving an illegal contact penalty, will sit.
No play was called. No flag was called.
Removing the potential for the star pass, but Swanson, I believe Swanson just holding on to the star for this stash. No intention to pass. Direction gameplay penalty being called on Violet Knockout. He's going to take a seat in the Restaurant Gus penalty box. Initial pass now completed for Swanson. Kate Sarah, however, says whatever will be, and calls the jam. 4-point pickup for Gotham. They lead 85-79 after 2 jams in the second half.
And this second half began the same way the first one did, with this huge explosion of activity as both of these teams with fresh legs got back on the track and got right back into the business of attempting to obliterate each other.
Misty Maven on the jammer line for Gotham. Loki Doki countering for arch rival. Misty Maven almost trying to go over the top of that 3-wall, gets hung up on Vicious Van Gogo. See Code Adam in the background, the A for arch rival, having feelings about that start.
Roxy Dallas holds up the progress of Loki Doki as much as she can. Gotham running into penalty problems. Not enough blockers on the track for Gotham.
Bolt action getting called on that contact.
Back to a 2-point game.
Direction of gameplay penalty.
25 minutes left.
Yeah, Bolt action was gazing upstream as she coasted back into the pack and ran straight into the back of Roxy Dallas.
There it is there. Just saw it on the replay.
That's penalty number 5 for Bolt action, the go-to pivot of arch rival, so that could spell trouble in the future.
Officials taking a timeout. A 4-point pickup means we've gone back to a 2-point game, 85-83. Clock frozen at 25:30 to go. The game after this, you do not want to miss that. Coming up next. At what time are we at? Coming up next at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to be seeing a junior roller derby matchup. The juniors of Gotham Junior Roller Derby will be taking on Rhythm and Brews, the Montreal juniors.
You know it'll be a raucous crowd for that. Some discussion happening amongst the officials. You have to wonder if Gotham is having further feelings about the contact that was made by Bolt action. Referee Carmen Dragon now having a discussion with Roxy Dallas on the Gotham bench.
Yeah, Roxy Dallas is the captain, wearing the C for Gotham.
Coincidentally, also the recipient of that back block.
So a failure to reform was being issued on Roxy Dallas. Roxy Dallas going to make her way to the penalty box. So there will be 2 blockers.
As we're hearing from Bobby Narco, the house announcer who had this information, that discussion was they were issuing a failure to reform penalty to Roxy Dallas for something that happened in that jam. And that was what the discussion was the officials were having. So that means it's going to be 2 blockers in the box for Gotham. It's going to be Roxy Dallas and Violet Knockout, both seated in the Restaurant Gus penalty box. Meanwhile, the pivot for arch rival, number 15, Bolt Action, also seated in the box. However, the officials continue to confer in the center of the track. There may be more developments to develop.
Currently in minute 2 of this official timeout. We'd like to remind you that the Women's Flat Track Derby Association is fully international. 463 leagues spanning 6 continents. Find out more and everything you need to know about roller derby and how it is played at WFTDA.com.
Once again, we are looking for a couple items from the lost and found.
The resources site hosted by the WFTDA at resources.wftda.org, including resources for officiating, including resources for skaters, for leagues, for announcers, for GTOs, job descriptions, all sorts of other important information. Highly recommend a visit to that microsite.
Thinking it was some article of clothing of yours, please return that. We have a kiltless referee.
Tickets for the 2019 International WFTDA Playoffs and Championships will go on sale June 17th. Mark your calendars now. Get tickets at WFTDA.com/tickets. There are only 3,000 tickets available for the 2019 Championships live from Montreal, where we are now. Don't miss your chance to get those tickets. They'll be available June 17th, as I said, WFTDA.com/tickets.
And yes, championships will be in this city, not in this building. I don't think we could actually put 3,000 people legally in the stands here, although by golly, they would try.
They would give it a good shot.
Get out the shoehorns. So final information from Feminist Killjoy, the crew head referee being delivered to Code Adam from Arch Rival. But no additional developments take place. 25:30 left in the second. 85-83 for Gotham.
Space Invader, Jedi Nightingale. This is a space battle off the jammer line, and it is Jedi Nightingale who comes out with lead.
Space Invader trying to get around the outside. They're knocked back into the inside.
Apex jump by Jedi Nightingale puts 4 on the board.
Yes, and Jedi Nightingale with that 4-point pickup, we have a tenuous Arch Rival lead.
Another quick engagement with the pack by Jedi Nightingale and a call-off. An 8-0 jam for Arch Rival, now putting them in the lead, 91-85, and just under 25 minutes remaining.
Yeah, the Arch Rival cheering section in the building seems to be housed just past turn 3. It's where I see a lot of the B team nemesis standing, showing their approval. 24.5 to go, 91-85. Arch Rival leading, sending Bricktator to the jammer line, facing Kate Sarah, who's got the star for Gotham.
Bricktator battling, but Kate Sarah finds room inside. Both jammers come out of the pack together, but Kate Sarah has lead.
Bricktator, though, drafting on Kate Sarah right now. It's turned into a match race. Arch Rival trying to save points. As blockers get peeled off, though, a 3-point pickup for Kate Sarah.
Kate Sarah fired up, not just about the points scored, but about the points denial. It was the 3-0 that put the real pep in the step of Kate Sarah.
Yeah, Vicious Van Gogh, the only one able to not be scored on that trip. But yeah, got to look at the Smacktivist with the high five for Kate. 23:30 left on the period clock.
Swanson jamming for Arch Rival. It is Misty Maven for the Gotham Girls All-Stars, and Misty Maven has lead.
Yeah, Misty Maven sticking the toe stops in the right places, getting through on that one. Star in hand for Swanson. Swanson almost diving through the apex. Recovery, it's going to be a completed initial pass.
Misty Maven trying to dance to and fro, sees Swanson coming and calls it.
It is a ball-bearing fin, a 1-point lead.
1-point game here, 91-90 for Arch Rival. Seeing some really great on-track communication in the Gotham pack between jammer and blockers alike. The hive mind definitely in tuned. Gotham starting to go one on, one off with Kate Sarah.
Yeah, Kate Sarah returning after just the briefest of hiatus. Loki Doki will jam for Arch Rival. Loki Doki having a great game, but Kate Sarah comes out first in this case. Cutting the track, the penalty to Loki Doki. Kate Sarah has an opportunity to do some real damage on the power jam here after. Gotham now 3 leads in a row. Kate Sarah also 3 leads in a row.
Beautiful blocking formation here from Gotham as one after the other. Violet Knockout, Smackers, Caffeine, Roxy Dallas all taking turns breaking apart that Arch Rival wall.
Loki Doki has returned from the penalty area.
Oh, Loki Doki going down hard with Violet Knockout. No whistles on the contact. Kate Sarah, another completed scoring trip, restoring Gotham's lead. 98-91, opportunity for more points as Loki Doki having all sorts of issues with that Gotham rear wall.
Loki Doki pushes in through the center of that defensive posture, but it reforms around. Kate Sarasara pushed to the inside.
Kate Sarasara so elastic. I know that landing is not a landing I would have been very content with. 2 more points. It's a 10-point jam. Gotham exactly at 100 points. A 9-point lead over arch rival. 20 to go.
Yeah, Gotham has really built something here in the previous few jams. Arch rival scoreless in 4.
20 minutes left to play. Space Invader on the line. For the Gotham All-Stars and Bricktator.
Kate Sarasara has been perfect for lead pickups in this half. 3 of those 4 Gotham leads. Here's number 5, Space Invader, 1978 lead jammer for Gotham. Bricktator emerging a half lap back. Seeing arch rival pick up the pace, try to save the points. Gotham doing a nice job of containing Kay Woodward. All 4 picked up by Space Invader.
These are the most blistering pack speeds I've seen all weekend long. And both teams seem willing to do it when necessary, really willing to put on the jets and move the whole pack at full speed when necessary. 19 minutes, what we got left here.
Yeah, this has been the game of the weekend so far, but trust me, there's going to be more games of the weekend coming up. Misty Maven being assessed a multiplayer block off the start. Going for a little bit of assistance and making an unbreakable link. Power jam for Swanson. Smacktivist and Roxy Dallas, the last 2 to beat. One of the 2, I couldn't even tell which one, winging Swanson and knocking her into the infield. So Swanson's got to do this all over again.
Yeah, it's so hard to tell who's doing what because the Gotham blockers are just acting in concert the whole time. Swanson does have the patience to come out with lead designation after almost a whole minute gone, though. Misty Maven has returned from the penalty area. But Swanson is eligible to score.
Yeah, Misty Maven star in hand, challenging Vicious Van Gogh. Vicious Van Gogh, the big smile on the face.
Yeah, it's even a little bit of jazz hands.
Yep.
Very proud of the work being done there.
Of course, former teammates with Gotham. 3-point pickup by arch rival.
Yeah.
Means it's a 10-point differential, 104-94. It's 17 and a half left in the second.
First scoring in 5 for arch rival. Very important for them to keep that needle moving in the right direction. 17 and a half on the clock. Loki Doki and Beauty Andy Beast are your jammers.
Fast and Loose getting tangled up with Loki Doki. Loki back up first.
Loki Doki nudged there by Calf Fiend.
Loki Doki stood up. It was a no pass. Track cut being issued on Vestral. So Beauty and the Beast possibly to emerge here as the lead jammer. And a forearm penalty issued to Kay Woodward. Opens up the space. Beauty and the Beast, lead jammer for Gotham.
Beauty and the Beast struck down. This is absolute ferocity inside the pack on both sides. These jammers right now might be earning a Medal of Valor. Unfortunately, all they get is a point per skater. Beauty and the Beast comes out with 4 of those, hard earned.
The star pass has been made. However, the star pass was Not eligible because we had number 1900 Cloak and Dragger. The pivot was being assessed a penalty from before the pass. So that means the star is still on the floor.
Yeah, Thestro making a return engagement in the Restaurant Gus penalty box for arch rival as Beauty Andy B skates on, continues to score 8 on the board and looking for more.
Yeah, this is going to be a huge jam for Beast the way this one is shaping up. Who calls it from the floor. Loki Doki had recovered the helmet cover at the end of that jam. 11 points for Beauty and the Beast and Gotham. They now lead 115-94. Clock stopped at 15:39.
Yeah, arch rival initiating this timeout.
Timeout called by arch rival. Their second.
A reminder to our viewers that not only are the WFTDA playoffs and championships coming, also in playoff seasons, the WFTDA Continental Cups. Learn about them and their hosts at WFTDA.com/cups.
Do you love the
Yeah, starting earlier this year than sometimes do. It's going to be the second weekend of August is when that kicks off in Orem, Utah with the Continental Cup for the North America West region.
Yes, and on the 23rd to 25th of August, the Continental Cup North America East happening in Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Let's get some love to our officials.
And then a little later on, October 5th and 6th, Continental Cup Europe in Helsinki.
Well, we're going to pick up again here with La Classique Georgia W Tush. 15:39 left in the second. 115 for Gotham, 94 for arch rival Brick Tater and Kate Sarah, the Jammers.
Kate Sarah, swinging back and forth. Kate Sarah, what a move. Gets lead.
Brick Tater just pinballing right now. Oh, but gets called on a forearm penalty for how she emerged from that pack. Kate Sarah on one knee, calling the jam after that apex jump. It's going to be a big power start here for Gotham. They now lead by a bunch of points that I'm not adding up properly in my head. 119-94, just past the halfway point of the second.
Yeah, Kate Sarah gained lead. That's 4 for 4 in this half. And then Brick Tater receives the penalty, and then Kate Sarah does the apex jump. All this happens in about 15 seconds.
Space Invader on the power start. Very quickly around the outside. Nice moves here from Gotham, leaving that outer lane just open enough. Space doesn't need a lot of it. Fast and loose, working on breaking apart the arch formation. Brick Tater re-emerging from the Restaurant Gus penalty box. Goes into hips first, trying to drive a wedge, get around Daryl.
Yeti or not, taking a penalty there for Gotham, wearing the pivot stripe. Will take a seat in the Restaurant Gus penalty box as the jam called off.
123-94.
Gotham has outscored arch rival 38-3 over the previous 8 jams.
Yeah, so they now lead by 29, just over 13 left in the second. Jedi Nightingale and Misty Maven on the jammer line. Jedi almost around the outside, taken back by Violet Knockout. Misty Maven up the inside line as the pack comes apart, picking up lead. Jedi Nightingale a half lap back.
Roxy Dallas trying to clear some real estate for Misty Maven. Misty Maven spins around backwards and calls off the jam.
Taking a shirt whip off of Benita Applebaum. 127.94, 12 and a half to go. Loki Doki on the jammer line, and starting with the jammer star for the first time in this game, number 365, the Smacktivist. Reinforcements coming for both teams from the Restaurant Gus penalty box. Smacktivist so close to getting through first, but first it's Loki Doki, Smacktivist quarter lap back.
Pack swirling around in turn number 2 as Loki Doki enters. Smooth side surf, but an overtake as Smacktivist moving through the pack right through the center.
And Loki Doki getting called on a track cut. That track cut actually happened on the pass back at turn 2. It took until turn 3 until the information could be delivered.
And just as Loki Doki delivered the first lead in 9 jams for arch rival, this calamity occurs, the penalty, and now power jams Smacktivist of Gotham.
Now a heavy grind going between turns 3 and 4. Very slow going. Smacktivist almost through the inside. They're going to get around fast and loose, putting up 4 points. Power jam has ended. Loki Doki back on the track. Arch rival lining up at the front near the pivot line. Smacktivist in the center of things. Loki Doki as well, trying to get around the outside. Entire Gotham blocking core surrounding Loki Doki.
30 seconds remaining in the jam. A scoring pass by Loki Doki.
Yeah, K. Woodward with that strong maneuver.
Ten and a half minutes remaining in the period. Loki Doki comes out with another 4.
A jam win for arch rival by a single point, 8-7. Arch rival at 102, Gotham at 134. The 32-point lead currently for Gotham. Just under 10 minutes left on the period clock. Swanson, Kate Sarasara with the Jammer Stars.
Correction, that's Bricktator. And
Thank you.
Bricktator has gained lead.
Roxy Dallas dropping a bomb there on splatter into the infield.
Bricktator one-on-one with Vicious Van Gogo. And out of play. Vicious Van Gogo will go to the box. Bricktator will skate on, 4 points.
Yeah, both teams losing blockers to the box right now. A 3-3 pack. Bricktator taken down by Fast and Loose. A little slow to get up and find the right spot to re-enter. Almost through the inside. Gonna have to settle for 2 points on that trip. Sorry, 3, there's the thumb. So a 7-4 jam in favor of arch rival.
Sorry, Mr. Whistler. Did I say Vicious? It's Violet Knockout in the box on the Gotham side.
4 points on the board for the Gotham All-Stars. Makes this a 29-point game. 138 to 109. 8.5 minutes left to play in
138 to 109, 8.5 to go.
One skater from each team. 4-on-4 on the track. Misty Maven going up against Swanson. Here we go.
That's Swanson. Swanson through, picking up lead for arch rival.
Misty Maven putting on the Jets, trying to catch Swanson. Swanson pushed to the inside, calls off the jam quickly before Misty Maven can arrive. We'll see what that shakes out on the scoreboard.
Yeah, defensive call off does keep Gotham off the board.
And we have yet to see if any points come in on the arch rival side.
Two are awarded. 2-point pickup there. Arch rival now at 111. Gotham 138, less than 8 minutes left.
Space Invader, Loki Doki, jammers of the moment. Arch rival have had 3 leads in a row. But that's it for now as Space Invader takes this one.
Space Invader, absolutely phenomenal move, getting around all 4 arch rival blockers. Now seeing Kay Woodward taking a seat in the Restaurant Gus penalty box. That'll open up a bit of space for Space. Can't quite land the apex jump. Oh, and actually being called on a low block for that landing. So power jam opportunity for Loki Doki and arch rival, and boy, Slim, do they need one right now.
They do, but Loki Doki has the unenviable task of having to deal with this trio of blockers from Gotham. The pack is stretched out in the back straightaway.
Yeah, it's Roxy Dallas, Daryl, and they're being braced right now by Violet Knockout. Not an enviable task at all.
Pack is at maximum capacity here. Space Invader comes back from the box. That was a perfect penalty kill by Gotham.
Space Invader back out. Just gets around Kay Woodward. Kay Woo with the shucks, missed her by that much a facial expression.
Mm-hmm.
Go get your points! Go get your points!
12 big points now for Space Invader.
Gotham has taken real advantage of the deep jammer pool available to them to really do some work here. 5.5 minutes remaining. Gotham Girls All-Stars 150. Arch rival 115.
35 points separating these two teams.
A dozen points on the board for Space Invader brings the Gotham All-Stars.
That 12 for Space Invader. Top scoring jam in this half.
115, a 35-point lead with 5 minutes left to play.
Officials taking a timeout. Did you see Code Adam? He's wearing the A for arch rival in the center, already in conversation with the officials.
During that previous jam, Code Adam had some questions about pack definition and the length to which that pack was stretched during the penalty kill.
And we do see one of the officials coming over to Gotham's bench, having a quick word with Violet Knockout. Violet Knockout now taking a seat in the Restaurant Gus penalty box.
Madison, Wisconsin, the Mad Roller Dolls beat Gotham in the Bronx in August of 2005. Arch rivals All-Stars first skated in 2006.
So it'll be a 4-3 pack in favor of arch rival.
5:14 where the clock starts now.
Jedi Nightingale and Kate Sarah with the Jammer Stars. Kate Sarah around the outside as Jedi Nightingale almost at the same time up the inside. Kate absorbing the jammer on jammer contact coming from Jedi Nightingale.
Kate Sarah approaches the pack at speed, puts the brakes on, hands to hips, calls it off.
No points for Arch. Let's see the tally for Gotham. Jean-Philippe conferring with the outside referees to see whose hips got past whose.
No points picked up by arch rival, waiting on points possible for Gotham. And no points awarded for either side on that whole jam. 115 for arch rival, 151 for Gotham.
Arch rival has one timeout and their official review remaining to them as we get to the 4-minute mark, and Misty, Maven, and Bricktator go to it once more.
Misty Maven through. Bricktator very close behind. Both teams picking up the pace. Arch trying to trap Roxy Dallas at the back, who's having none of it. Bricktator trying to snatch some points on the apex jump, unable to do so. No points for arch rival.
But Arch Rival is using that final timeout available to them at 3:37.
And again, no points for Gotham. 2 consecutive scoreless jams here in the late going. The clock frozen at 3:37 to go.
In this half, Gotham has had 12 leads, Arch Rival 6, and that is likely part of the tale that we can tell on the scoreboard here. Gotham at 151, Arch Rival 115. We are in the Arch Rival timeout, just about finished, 3:37 on the clock.
It was a mere 5-point lead at halftime for Gotham. At times, Arch Rival has held temporary leads in this game. We saw yesterday Arch Rival with leading that game against VRDL for significant portions of the game.
Yeah, real flashes of brilliance from Arch Rival at times, but in the case of Gotham, in this case, just the relentless march of the scoreboard, just moving things forward.
So during this official timeout being extended for a cleanup in the ref lane. Having a look here at the skaters, waiting for things to get back underway. Kate Sarah and Swanson lining up. In the background, having a look at the head officials for the weekend. Strong female character, tournament head NSO, and Beverly Crusher, tournament head referee, seated at the dais in the background.
Where are my Arch Rival fans?
Bobby Narco in the house, exhorting the Arch Rival fans in the house, which apparently includes some of the skaters on the track.
They should be fans of themselves.
Make a little noise. It would be really weird if they weren't, right? Very close to our position at turn 2. We've got the Wall Street Traders, Gotham's B team in the house. Hearing that through the feed, I'm sure.
Arch Rival has no timeouts left. They do have their official review. Gotham Girls All-Stars have 2 timeouts remaining and their official review. 3 minutes and 37 seconds left to play in regulation.
Referee's getting back into position.
3:37 to go. 36-point lead for Gotham.
All right, we are back ready to go. Swanson out there going up against Kate Sarah. Penalty box is empty. Here we go.
Kate Sarah and Swanson going toward Kate Sarah. Oh, leaps and is struck in the shoulder. Woo-wee.
Vicious Van Gogh knowing exactly where to be, anticipating that maneuver.
Cherry Napalm stopping the progress of Swanson. Swanson stretching the pack out. A no pack declared. Swanson moves through for lead.
Yeah, Kate Sarah, meanwhile, at the back, had been knocked into the ref lane while that pack was reforming.
Absolutely fearless play by both of these jammers. Caution to the wind as we're under 3 minutes of gameplay.
Bina Applebaum going to drop an anchor on this bridge. Caffeine and Cherry Napalm eventually have to let Swanson go.
Yeah, Caffeine picking up a forearm along the way.
Forearm is on Caffeine.
So 4 points for Arch Rival. Initial pass completed for Kate Sarah. Arch Rival unable to hold it together, though, on that one, leaving the space in the middle available for Kate Sarah. Now it's a 4-4 jam. Kate Sarah going for the apex hop, colliding with Vicious Van Gogh.
The willingness of Kate Sarah to take things vertical has definitely made a difference in this contest. That was a 6-4 jam in favor of Arch Rival.
So 121 for arch rival. 155 for Gotham. 34-point difference. The A's for both teams coming into the center. It's an official timeout. Kate Sarasara absorbing a lot of contact in that last jam.
Well, like about 5 attempted apex jumps in that jam alone for Kate Sarasara, and mostly denied, and
lots of denial.
Usually with a solid shoulder.
Yeah, there was also some denial on the outside line near turn 1 early in the jam.
We get the rolling whistle that whatever official business has now concluded.
Well, everything an official does is official business. 140 to go, 155 to 121. Gotham holding on to this lead. Arch rivals chipped away a little, but not significantly so. Space Invader with the Jammer Star.
I don't know how Space Invader stopped that nudge from Woodward, but they did.
Space Invader knocked into the inside, sees Bricktator approaching, calls it.
Official review requested by arch rival. This is the final stoppage available. And with a solid minute remaining, you'd think Code Adam has something substantial he wants to ask for.
Yeah, on that call-off, had a good look at Bricktator approaching and seeing the jam get called, and read the lips, and could basically just tell that she was really disappointed that the jam was called at that moment, because I think she had some high hopes for how the rest of that jam was going to go.
One 110 where the clock is frozen. Gotham Girls All-Stars 156, arch rival All-Stars 121 at the 2019 Classique Georgia W Tush.
Yeah, so some point adjustments. So it's a 35-point lead now for Gotham. And with a minute 10 on the game clock, the way these teams have been playing, for arch rival to get these 35 points, a lot of things have to go right. A few things probably have to go wrong as well.
On the Gotham jammer, but on further review, the play stands as called. No penalty will be assessed.
Okay, so that official review will conclude with no change to gameplay.
Yeah, arch rival was challenging the lack of a penalty against Gotham's jammer in the previous jam. Misty Maven and Swanson off the jammer line. Misty Maven around the outside, almost passed, now is passed, now dragged back. Swanson has the advantage on the track, but does not lead.
Yeah, Misty Maven in the thick of things in turn number 2, calling it off before Swanson can arrive, or did she? Yes, no points awarded to either side.
Scoreless once again.
There is enough time for more jamming.
Yeah.
Gotham, I don't see Gotham taking any stoppages, but arch rival can't.
Yeah, the opportunity here for one more jam to be initiated. Gotham can play this pretty casually.
What you doing? Roller derby stuff.
Yeah, Kate Sarah doesn't play anything casually, however. With authority, lead.
Kate Sarasara just looking for the instruction. What are we going for here? Going for points, a hit and quit.
Official time has expired. Yes, engage with the pack, call it off. That will bring an end to the proceedings.
Yep, no further points. Kate Sarasara did hit, but unable to pierce that wall. 156 to 121. Looks like it will be the official final, just waiting for it to go into the books, but with no points being awarded in that final jam, that should be where it all shakes out.
To the track and get some love from these skaters. Victory lap for the Gotham All-Stars.
That is now final.
Le score final est annoncé, c'est une victoire de 156 à 121 pour Gotham Girls.
In this All-Star versus All-Star matchup, Gotham 156, arch rival 121. Still plenty more action coming up this afternoon here in Montreal at 4 o'clock Eastern Time. It's a juniors matchup between the juniors of Montreal and Gotham. Then a B team matchup at 6 p.m. between the B teams of Montreal and Gotham. The Sexpos taking on the Wall Street Traders. And then at 8 p.m., the host New Skids on the block of Montreal Roller Derby taking on the Victoria Roller Derby League All-Stars. The New England Roller Derby Report would like to thank their production sponsor, Sociopath. Sociopath is a skater-run business offering custom sewn-to-order legwear for teams and individuals. Size-inclusive activewear designed to fit you, Sociopath also offers dozens of armband and helmet cover options for scrimmage and competition. Team discounts are available. Please see sociopath.ca for more details.
What a pleasure it has been to bring this game to you. We're going to sign off for now. I'm Lightning Slim.
I'm Mr. Whistler.
Thanks so much for joining us today.